Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Sales Unscripted podcast. I am Margaret Henney.
Brian Neal here.
And we are back for your listening pleasure.
I'm sitting.
You're sitting, yes.
I am.
Which is not normal.
We're
we're
I
standards.
have got a knee problem. I don't know what. I've never had knee problems.
What
You had knee
happened?
problems? Nothing. That's the thing. It was the weirdest thing. I don't know. I was like getting in an Uber, then it started to hurt. And then it just then it got swelled up. Then it was good. And then I worked a game. And then it was bad. It was good.
Dude,
I don't know.
I hate that for you because I've had that, but not with knees. I've had it with my back.
Oh, you've had back problems?
Yes.
I heard those suck.
They suck.
Is that true?
Oh my God.
Really
It'll change
awful.
your whole life because you're like, I don't feel like I can do anything. But I guess that's true about your knee too, maybe,
A little
right?
bit.
You know what I mean?
And of course, you get a little older. It's just part of what goes. You try to take care of yourself, which I do a pretty good job of.
Yeah, you do a
but it's
really good job of.
It's just annoying. So I'm just giving you a little rest.
Good. Yes, good.
As my massage therapist, stretching athletic guy said, it's just a little pissed off. Your knee's a little pissed off. It's a little,
I love
isn't
that.
Great? It's true, though.
That's
it's like,
so true.
There's something about it. I'll say. So this is just, to each his own, right? So when you get a massage, they ask you if you'd like a gender preferred therapist.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Well, they normally do. They should. I recently got one and they didn't.
Okay, they should. So I prefer a female.
Oh,
Not
yes.
for any reason.
Yep.
I don't, not anything, but
Nope, totally.
It's a thing.
Yep.
And I've had plenty of massages from men. No problem. I got
Okay.
no problem if that's the thing, but I prefer female massage person. So in this case, I go to a sports massage place here in Indianapolis. It's phenomenal. Her name's, my main
What's it
person's
called?
Karen Wilcher, Indy Sports Massage. If you're ever in Indianapolis,
Okay.
and it's for athletes, it's for like, not that I'm some athlete, but
Wait,
they work
can
with
you
the
get one
Colts
if
and
you're
the
not an
Pacers.
athlete?
Oh, sure.
Okay,
But I
good.
mean, they work with race teams and
Cool.
runners and triathletes and stuff. And
Nice.
it's not like go spa.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
how's
no.
your
We're trying to
body
get
today?
shit done.
Yeah, we're working it out.
I like
It's
it.
painful, yes, but it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
I've been going there 10 years. Phenomenal. So I'm got this old pain. I text Karen. I'm like, hey, you available? No, but we've got 2 spots open. I'm like, cool, I'll take one. She's like, great. Cole, fake name. Cole will be awesome or what? I'm like, okay.
You're like, take
So
backsies.
didn't-
I'm busy.
Yeah,
I forgot.
never mind. Oh gosh, it's feeling better. It's really working itself out now. I'm actually feeling pretty good. I think I'll cancel. So I go in, and it's funny what you do. This is a guy being a guy.
Right.
You kind of bro it up when you're doing the massage thing. Well, what's up, bro? Not much. Hey, yeah, feeling a little. Yeah. Had a tough game. Yeah, me and my babe are hanging out. Yeah, da-da-da-da, you know what I mean? Yeah, yo, bro, having some bourbons. Yeah, what's up? So just a little action on my leg, just like get in there and just tear it up a little bit, man, You try to put these like shells up. It's
Totally.
so funny. It's such a guy thing.
Try to
isn't
make
it?
sure he knows that you're
Totally,
like a
that
real dude.
I'm a dude, man.
Dude.
Yeah. You're like, get in there. Yeah, we're not gonna like softly caress my back. Like that's not what we're doing in the guy massage. Anywho,
How'd he do?
I just thought that was funny. Go figure.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
See?
So much so I'm gonna go back. Work my leg. I was really, really great.
I feel like I've had my best massage of my life has been from a man, and my worst massage of my life has been from a man. And the reason one of them was the worst is this dude. He had hairy arms.
Is that the last thing? You said they
no,
didn't ask you?
Not the last one. He was okay.
Okay.
I was surprised. I came in, they didn't ask me if I had a preference, and I just like came in and it was a dude. I was like, well, I'm fine with it. Like, not that big of a deal.
Hairy arms is bad. You can feel it.
I could feel it. I could feel it. He was like using his arms on my back,
worst.
and I was like,
worst.
no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I have a bad story about that too. Before
Yeah. Wait. Time out.
What?
Are we
We have a
recording
topic.
on the audio?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay. See?
4 minutes in, we haven't even talked
Totally
one thing about sales yet.
unscripted.
That's right how we do. And I'm not even going to show you what I was going to show you. I'll do that next episode. We'll keep talking about this. So I go to this guy. I get this like gift certificate to a place I usually don't go to.
Yeah.
So I go in there. I'm like, hey, go, cash this in.
Yep.
He's like, well, this guy, his name is Helger. Helger was his name.
Great name.
Helger, great name.
Scandinavian.
Dude, he's like Austrian or something. He's not from here.
Oh.
And his other job, when he's not doing massage, is he's a trim carpenter. Two very different worlds, right?
Wow.
A trim carpenter, construction guy, and a massage therapist.
Oh,
so I'm like,
okay.
all right, first massage I ever got from a dude, no problem. Strength, of course, is a thing, So it's I mean, women get in there too, but
Totally.
guys are,
Really
and he's
get in
got
there.
man hands because he's a carpenter, right?
Man hands, yeah.
He gets in there. He had a hangnail in his thumb.
Oh no.
And he kept going, up and down my back. This is a character deficit that I've been working on. I didn't say anything.
Oh yeah.
I gotta say something.
You gotta
say something, and I'm just like sitting there taking this like scratching, and it was just enough to notice it, but not enough to like make a mark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know,
like,
but still, and then once you're tuned into it, it was
awful.
over.
I couldn't. I didn't say anything. I'm laying there in absolute misery, like a prisoner. I'm like, I can't get up. I can't leave. It was just the worst
drama.
thing ever. He's the nicest guy.
Yeah.
And it was brutal. It was brutal. It's just one of those things.
That's so funny.
I love massage. You like massage?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I don't understand when some people are like, I don't like to be touched.
Oh, I'm like, most of my family, my kids don't.
What?
My first wife doesn't. Hates to be touched. My kids hate to be touched.
Oh my God. I
I'm
love
the
it
opposite
so
all day,
much.
All day. I
Yeah.
could sit there for a scalp massage for hours. And be thrilled and elated.
Also, this
Isn't
is
it
a
weird?
little bit embarrassing, but I am that person where, like, do you ever get manicures or pedicures?
I get pedis, not manicures.
Pedis, okay.
Yep.
And part of it is they give you a little massage.
The greatest part.
Without fail, I close my eyes. And I just need to go into a zone and be
totally,
like,
yeah.
You're talking, and then you start to do the massage, and then I'm like,
Yeah, totally. You're zen, right? That's it. Same.
because I'm like, I love it so much, I have to zone in.
Please.
They're probably like, what a freak.
Yeah.
But
it's one of my daughter. It's one
like
of our
it.
things. Our dad-daughter thing. She's in college, and we still do this, but we'll get pedicures together.
Oh, that's fun.
And it's mostly about the massage for me.
Totally.
The calf massage and the foot. Like, oh my gosh. Anywho, what's this called? Sales Unscripted Podcast.
We're going to talk about sales.
Let's do it. This is more fun though.
Massage unscripted. We talk about personal care.
We might make more money doing that. Massage. I listen to this awesome massage podcast. I bet they're out there. I bet massage therapists listen to these things.
There's a podcast for everything.
Really
Are you
is.
kidding me?
Truth.
Okay, but we're talking about
quick.
sales.
Let's do it.
So I asked you before this. I was like, "What do you think about this?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "I would love to do something where we talk a little bit for our sales leaders out here.
Yeah.
When you are trying to diagnose a problem in your sales process, right? Where
Yes.
you're like, hey, something is broken. I don't quite know what it is.
Yes.
Is it my people? Is it my training? Is it our audience? Is it, our messaging? Like, what is it that's broken? Because here's the thing, when you think about it, it could be a lot. Like, there's a lot of different options. So that is tough to really kind of like hone in and say, what is the challenge? And sometimes I'll let you jump in.
No, keep going. I like the train of thought.
Okay. So sometimes, and not all the time, but sometimes this doesn't necessarily mean that it's people, but you might look at your performers, your team, and you've got these like crazy high performers,
Yes.
right? Where they're
Yes.
just knocking it out of the park every month, doing their thing. They're so reliable. And then everyone else, God bless them, but they're down here. Like they are just not producing. And then you don't have anybody in between,
Yes,
right? Because like
yes.
you're always going to have a
Yep.
little bit of a bell curve. Normally you would think you have a bell curve, but what does it mean? What is the deal when you've got these people who are just killing it and then the people who are down here at the bottom? What could it be?
Yeah,
How do we
right.
start thinking about this? And also, what is acceptable? Because not everybody is going to be slaying it, right? You have top performers for a reason. Sometimes people are adequate, and maybe that's okay.
Yeah, I love it.
What do you think?
Yeah, slay, as in slay the dragon, not as in one-horsed open sleigh.
No, the different kind of slay. Slay like Beyonce slay.
Beyonce does slay. Sasha Fierce. Okay, there's a lot here. So let me tell you my first thoughts on that.
Yep.
For sales leaders who are listening, obviously one of the most difficult problems to fix is to try to put your finger on the 80-20 rule of like, what is the 20% that's causing the 80? Like, and it's the people or the process. Those are the two easy ones usually. The people,
Wait, explain.
Process.
I think I know what you mean, but explain
80-20?
what you more by 80-20.
Yeah, so I have 10 salespeople. Typically, 2 of those people will produce 80% of the revenue of the team.
Oh.
That gives you the high performance. It's the Pareto rule, it's called. And it could be 90-10, 85-15. The concept, though, is you will get – there's also research, and I'd have to look it up and fact check where it's from, and I'll screw up the numbers, which most people do when they quote stats.
Yeah.
Something to the effect of 50% of your revenue in any company comes from the top 10% of your sales team, which is even more so a thing. You know what I mean? So that's the first bit, is to say, okay, what is normal? Am I abnormal here? So like to your point, if you've got a sales team that has 10 people and you got 2 that are outperforming everybody else by a long shot, you look at the rest and go, well, that's pretty normal. That's how it normally shows up. Now, it's the gap though in your problem. That's the big thing. It's like there's no middle.
Right.
In your deal, right?
Like,
the one you're talking about.
Yes. In this scenario,
yeah.
like what happens when because normally you could take a look at it, you can plot people along it and be like, okay, this makes sense. But to me, that just doesn't make a lot of sense. Like something is not right.
Yes.
And I think it would be easy to be like, maybe it's the people, but like, I just have a hard time believing that like they're just losers and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
I think it's something else.
So I'll give you my number one answer is pretty easy. I think it starts with leadership.
Oh yeah.
The leader themselves.
Okay.
Because here's why. High performing salespeople who are autonomous, who are self-sufficient, can tend to perform in any environment under any leadership style.
Totally.
They just do. They're always good because they're intrinsically self-motivated. They don't necessarily need a leader. Now, can leaders help them and coach them? Of course they can. But they will. They're going to perform in almost any venture they partake in.
Yeah.
Almost always.
Okay.
It's not about the leader for them necessarily. Then you have the group at the other end who, regardless of leadership, product, or whatever, is not going to make it.
Right.
Those are people that. And then you have this middle part.
Right.
Okay. So we actually kind of do a little exercise.
Yeah.
Good? Okay.
Let's do it.
So we do this funky exercise in our leadership programs for our sales teams, where we rate our sales teams on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 being the best. Highest performing people are 10s, right? Lowest performing people are 1s.
Okay.
Here's the trick. You're only allowed to use 2 of the numbers that are between 1 and 10. You can use the number 9 or you can use the number 6.
Okay.
And if they're not a 9, they're a 6. And if they're a 4, they're a 6. And if they're an 8, they're a 6.
Okay.
Got that? If they're a 10, they're a 9.
Okay.
But you got to really hone in. Now, here's what we're doing here.
Okay.
We're getting really clear on we're doing this first gap of we've got the high performers and everybody else. Everybody else is put together. Then what you do now, here's where it comes to help you. Now we call this the movable middle.
Okay.
Movable middle. So now we then go back and evaluate just the 6s on these things. Are they a 6 trending down? Meaning they're not even close to a 6, really. They're out.
Okay.
Are they a 6 trending up? Like they've got the ability to be a 9, but it's not there yet.
Yes.
Or here's the fun one. Are they a terminal 6? Terminal 6 means forever. Now here's the thing.
Okay.
You said it when you started. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is it okay for someone to be a terminal 6? And the answer is absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely okay, because you've got people, you think of a sports analogy like role players, like, the person who's the 6th or 7th person off the bench, or in baseball, they call it a utility player. I had a guy that went to my high school, a little younger than me, who I think played in the major leagues for 16 or 17 years as a utility.
Amazing.
No one knows him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was just a good backup guy. I mean, and he made a ton of money doing that. Not going to be in the Hall of Fame, doesn't care, But he had a role for that many years. You see that?
That feels really good because that feels doable, right?
Very good. Thank you. Yes.
When you're trying to think about getting everybody to a 9 or a 10, you're like, oh my God,
Totally.
where do I start and how is this possible? So that allows you to move some people off your plate in your mind, just so to speak, right? Those high performers, you're like, I don't have to think about them. I'm not going to think about them, at least in this purposes or this context,
Good job.
right?
Yes.
And then your people who are trending
6
down.
minus. 6 minus.
Out.
Out.
So we're getting
Be
rid.
Done. Be done.
Okay. Wow.
Just be
I
done.
love
Just
it.
come clean. Like, look, it's not going to work. We look at historical stuff, your ability to get it, want it, capacity to do it. That's from an EOS model. That's a book called Traction. But do they get it? Do they want it? Do they have the capacity? If they don't, check minus. They're out. And in terminal 6s, you really leave them alone too.
Exactly. So
Let
it's
them
only
be.
the movable
It's
middle.
the movable middle.
So
the
it's
6
like
plus
that.
are the ones where you spend your time.
Wow.
The 6
I
plus, isn't that
love
nice?
that. That formula feels so like,
really
okay,
good.
now I know how to approach this and break this down and who I need to work with.
That's it. Yes.
Man.
And without it, you know what you do? You work on the 6 minuses. The same as you work on. This is the whole thing.
Right.
Like you talk about they talk about education, how the B minus C plus kids get left, or the B, you know what I mean? Because all the high performers get attention and the low performers, but the middle doesn't.
Yeah.
And they can't do that. So it's a concept like that. It's a really great exercise.
I like that. I want to go home and make a lunch right now.
You could do it. You
know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I won't
that's
tell anybody. It's a
so
thing.
helpful. You won't
That's
tell
what you
anybody.
do.
We're on a podcast right now.
I don't know who you're talking about. No, but it's a really, really great thing. And you just come clean on it. Then as people come in, what you're trying to do is you're trying to hire 6+ to become 9s.
Yes.
And if they show that they're a terminal 6, they're a terminal 6, no problem.
And that's okay. But
Totally.
we're just going to move them into a different bucket.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay, I've got another question for you on this front.
Okay.
And I would be curious to hear what you say. So I am usually tempted when I am looking at my 9s and 10s or whatever, right? Like
Yep.
these are... I love them to do what they do, but I also really want to use them as a resource. I'm like, how do I get other people, like, how do I create this as like a little model?
Yes.
You know, how much do you rely on that? Or am I doing everyone a disservice by taking them away from what their main focus should be, which is sales, right? Like, am I hurting them and other people by saying, ooh, I would love it if you could spend some time with these 6s that we're trying to coach up.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, this is such a great topic because now it's been just from anecdotal experience from 25 years of working with them.
Yeah.
Most of them don't want to do that and are not really good at it. Actually, they're not good at transferring their skill to other people. They're just not, because a lot of them tend to be lone wolves.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And they're not good at encapsulating in an organized manner what they do so that someone else can do it.
Yeah. Like if you were to ask them, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but they were like, I don't know, I just do it.
Totally.
Like they literally cannot in a lot of ways. If you ask them to be like, how do you perform like this every single month? And they're like, I don't know, I just do it.
And here's the thing. They think it's easy, and then they don't get why other people don't do it.
Right.
Like, I don't understand why Margaret can't do this. I mean, all I do is pick up the phone and call people.
Yeah.
Work the process and close them. I mean, it's not that hard.
Right.
They say that. And stats would show that it is that hard. It's harder for others, right?
Yeah.
That's a thing. So that's a really, really great exercise. And then I think the thing to take for our non-sales leader people is do that self-evaluation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And to say, because I think what happens with people is they think the right answer is I always want to be a 9 or a 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And inside there's constant angst because their self-image doesn't allow them to be a 9 or 10, but they think they have to be, versus saying, you know what, I'm going to be a reliable, predictable performer for a really long time. Yeah. And as long as the math works, I'm never going to be salesperson of the year. Don't care, but I'll always make you money. Totally fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd love a team like that where I just know consistent behavior comes in. Wouldn't that be awesome?
The consistency is the key, right? Where it's like, hey, you're not blowing out of the water every time, but if you're making your numbers over and over, like there is a great value in that for you and your team and the company. Like that consistency is A-okay.
100%.
So, okay, cool.
Yep. And then I think the on the time spent, then you spend time as the leader with the 6+.
Okay.
And then on the 9s and 10s, what I say to coach the leaders who lead 9s and 10s, your job is to remove friction from their life. Remove friction. So represent them internally for operational onboarding issues like that.
Okay.
Give them sales admin support.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Because they'll bitch about it. Because the other thing we do is we go, well, you know, everybody's got to put their stuff in Salesforce or HubSpot. And right. And that's true. And if I've got someone who, you know, sells $1 million a year, the next closest person sells $500,000. I don't want that $1 million person. I don't want her putting her shit in Salesforce.
Yeah.
I want to hire someone to do that for her.
Yeah. You know what? I don't mind. Like, I love a good, like, alley-oop so they can just, like, slam dunk it. You know what I mean? Basketball season's coming up, baby.
Don't say, no, we're in the thick of football, but I know what you mean.
Sorry. I mean, football's fine.
It only pays for all this shit.
I know. You're right. But, well, and I don't mind having. I think some people have a problem with this. I don't mind some special treatment for my high performers.
No,
like if that is going to get them to do it and do it even more, like let's freaking go, man. Like we're not in communist China. It doesn't have to be like totally fair.
Right. We're not.
You know what I mean? I think some people get really caught up on fairness.
It's true. Oh my gosh, don't even go there.
Right? And they're like,
don't cross generations on me now, millennial girl.
Well, I am.
These people get caught up in fairness. Like, why can't we take all the money and just divide it up among everybody and we'll be all happy, watch happy shows? Because Margaret's not watching any negative TV.
It's not any. I'm trying to stay a positive mindset. I am about to go into the last year of my 30s this week.
Oh, that's good. So, is this week?
Yes,
when's your birthday?
It's on Thursday.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
Well, that's why I'm telling you, because I know you love birthdays.
I love birthdays.
I know, so I'm telling you.
God,
I don't love them that much, but you love them.
My God,
you send me a
birthdays.
message every year. It's so nice.
Okay.
So, November the
Bravo,
9th.
November 9th.
Scorpio season.
39 then?
Let's go. 39.
Is it okay to say that?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I just did.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, bleep it out, Nick.
Yeah, exactly. So, takeaways I think from today. Terminal 6s are okay.
Yep.
6 pluses, move them up to 9s, help them. 6 minuses, partway, be done.
Support
Be
your
done.
9s
That's it.
and 10s.
Support your 9s and 10s. Remove
and
friction from 9s and 10s. Remove friction from
I like
them.
it.
And push the 6. And it's a great exercise. We do it every year with our sales leadership people. And if you're an individual salesperson, just evaluate yourself on that scale. And if you've been fighting this, I feel like I should be a 9 and I'm not, but I'm still a good performer. Just be a good performer.
Be there.
Don't worry about chasing President's Club. It's fine.
Yep.
As long as the numbers work for you and for them, you're in good shape.
Awesome. Good one.
Next time, happy birthday edition.
Bye, guys.
All right, see ya.